Amber Heard appeared on Today with NBC News' Savannah Guthrie on Tuesday, asserting that her innocence and responding to the various claims brought against her during her trial against ex-husband Johnny Depp. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at new leaked footage edited out of Amber's interview. Yeah, you heard it right. Heard, referring to the verdict in which Depp largely prevailed, called the proceeding surreal and difficult. This has been long awaited. When Guthrie questioned Heard about her courtroom claims, she answered, "I will stand by every word of my testimony till the day I die." However, Heard also described the trial as the most humiliating and terrible event of my life. "I've never felt more alienated from humanity. I felt dehumanized." Regarding the social media circus surrounding the trial, Heard observed, "I feel that even the most well-intentioned juror would have been unable to ignore this. Every day I pass 3, 4, and even 6 city blocks lined with people holding signs reading 'Burn the Witch' and 'Death to Amber.' After 3.5 weeks, I entered the stand and saw a courtroom filled with boisterous, fervent Captain Jack Sparrow fans." In relation to Johnny Depp's unsuccessful UK trial, Heard noted there was another trial that dealt with the same substantive issues and featured significantly more evidence. "In actuality, the bulk of my submissions were rejected." Heard asserted, however, that Depp prevailed because his attorney did a better job of distracting the jury from the real issues. Heard answered, "I wouldn't blame the average person for viewing this and the way it's been reported and assuming that these are the worst of Hollywood brats. However, what many people may not realize is that it is actually much larger. This is not simply about our First Amendment free speech rights." She provided her own interpretation of the First Amendment, noting, "It is the right to speak truth to power, which is all I did. I told the truth to those in charge and paid for it." When accused of acting in court, Heard retorted, "Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers. Who am I to entertain? I've listened to weeks of testimony, hinting or stating that I'm a terrible actress, so I'm a bit confused as to how I could be both." Regarding the alleged domestic violence in their relationship, Heard remarked, "I was never the aggressor. I merely reacted. As I've testified, one must adapt when living in an atmosphere where violence has become commonplace." Heard said, "I am aware that a great deal has been made out of these audio recordings. Initially, they were leaked online following editing. These audio snippets did not provide evidence of what transpired. It was evident that you and your abuser discussed how to approach the subject." Heard replied, "As I testified on the stand, when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that say you or I do with the luxury of saying, 'Hey, this is black and white,' because it is anything but when you really live there." When Guthrie inquired as to whether Depp's assertion that he had never beaten her was a lie, Heard replied, "Yes, it is." Heard closed the interview by saying, "I've made many errors, but I've always been honest." In a clip from the interview that was posted Tuesday, Heard called the massive social media frenzy about her case unfair. On Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, users criticized Heard's attorneys and her testimony. In contrast, many social media users viewed Depp favorably, with the TikTok hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp receiving 20 billion views. 27 million people have seen the hashtag Justice for Amber Heard. Heard continued, "I don't care what anyone thinks of me or what judgments you want to make about what occurred in my home, marriage, and behind closed doors. I do not assume that the average individual should know that. I therefore do not take it personally." She said, "But even if you're certain that I deserve all this hatred and anger, even if you think I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you believe there's just been a fair depiction of social media. You cannot tell me that you believe this to be just." A jury in Virginia found in 2018 that Heard defamed Depp by publishing an opinion piece in the Washington Post in which she claimed that he was the victim of domestic violence. The jury gave the Pirates of the Caribbean star $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, which were capped at $350,000 by state law. In addition, the jury concluded that Depp's attorney defamed Heard and awarded Heard $2 million in damages for her counterclaim. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.